So picture this. You're standing in a modern boardroom.
Oh, yeah, the really sleek kind.
Exactly. You're looking at this razor-thin 4K display mounted perfectly flush against the wall. No tangled wires, no bulky cable box anywhere in sight.
Right, just a clean screen.
But the actual brain setting that 4K video is tucked away in a messy networking closet on the completely opposite side of the building. Okay, let's unpack this.
That is the ultimate architectural illusion, isn't it?
It really is. And that's our mission for today's deep dive. We are decoding a highly technical spec sheet from HDTVSupply for the Atlona HT-AIM-70-RX 70mm HDBT extender receiver. We want to extract the fascinating reality of how we move massive digital information across physical spaces.
Right, because, I mean, we all want pristine, uncompressed visuals in our spaces, but we absolutely refuse to look at the actual wiring required to make it happen.
Nobody wants to see the cables, but standard HDMI cables simply can't span those massive distances without, degrading the signal.
No, they really can't. They tap out pretty fast. And that's exactly why an extender like this Atlona unit exists in the first place.
It's sort of like a digital teleporter. I mean, you've got this super fast pipeline that takes massive data, shoots it through a standard internet cable, and then reassembles it flawlessly on the other end.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
But I can ask a pushback question here. With a cable that long, doesn't the video stutter or lag?
Well, what's fascinating here is how the underlying tech actually handles it. It transmits 4K resolution at 60 hertz up to 40 meters.
Wow, 40 meters. That's what, like 130 feet?
Yeah, 131 feet to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're just doing 1080p, it goes up to 70 meters, so about 230 feet, using just single Cat 6A or Cat 7 cables.
That is a huge distance for uncompressed video.
It really is. And to directly answer your pushback about the lag, this device boasts absolute zero latency.
Zero, like none at all.
None. There is absolutely no lag. It perfectly preserves the original video and audio quality, which, is critical.
Yeah, you definitely don't want the audio out of sync during a big presentation. So getting the video across the building is handled. But that actually introduces a totally new problem.
Oh, the control issue.
Right. How do you change the channel or adjust settings when the source equipment is hundreds of feet away behind a locked door? Here's where it gets really interesting. The spec sheet lists bidirectional IR, RS-232, and CEC pass-through.
Right, which sounds like an alphabet soup of jargon, but the reason why it matters is that it creates a two-way street.
A two-way street on that same single cable.
Exactly. You can literally just point a standard remote at the TV, and that IR signal travels backward through the extender to control the hidden source equipment.
Oh, so the control command is slipping backward past the oncoming video.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And the CEC pass-through lets your TV remote talk to things like an Apple TV. The RS-232 is for those high-end touch panels you see on conference tables.
Okay, that makes sense. So you just press a button on the table, and the room just
responds. Yeah. Plus, the receiver has this slimline design, making it super easy to hide right behind the display. It turns these complex professional AV setups into just invisible magic.
So the big takeaway for you listening is that devices like this are really the unsung heroes making our sleek, wire-free modern spaces possible. They do the heavy lifting so we don't have to look at the mess.
Absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it reminds us how modern infrastructure actually works behind the scenes. We rely so heavily on hardwired plumbing behind the drywall to get that clean aesthetic.
We really do. Which leaves us with a pretty big question to ponder. As video quality pushes past 4K to 8K and beyond, will physical zero-latency cables like these always be required for reliable professional setups?
Or is a wireless technology revolution eventually going to render the extender completely obsolete?
It's definitely something to think about next time you're admiring a perfectly clean floating TV on a wall.